everybody, welcome back to Matthew's Guyanese Cooking. Now in today's video, I'm going to be sharing a quick and easy, foolproof Parsad recipe. Now for all of my fellow Hindus out there, or for anybody who has been around on my channel for a long time, I'm sure you all get the gist by now. Any kind of Hindu holiday where we're fasting, where we're celebrating with people, any religious function that we have, Parsad is like the main sweet that we always make. Now in today's recipe, not only is this recipe very simple, but I'm also doing a little something different that I've done on my channel before. Of course, while the method might be similar, I'm going to be mixing some ghee and some butter together as well. Now this recipe right here is super delicious because you get that richness from the butter. That's what everybody loves with the butter Parsad. But of course, you're going to get that taste that the ghee usually offers as well. So as you all can see, I'm dressed up as well. This video is being sponsored by Kavita over at Lotus Bazaar. So thank you, Kavita, for this awesome kurta. This one right here is one of my favorites because I love a good yellow. And if you're interested in any kind of Indian outfit, she has something for you as well. Make sure you check her out. I'm going to leave her contact information right here. Let her know that Matthew's Guyanese Cooking sent you. All of the information will be in the description box below the video as well. All you've got to do is click down below and you'll see everything right there. So the first thing that we have to do to put this Parsad together is melt the ghee and the butter together. Now the reason why I start off by doing this is because the ghee and the butter have to heat up very well, especially when you're using butter, because if the butter does not burn out some of that excess liquid that it has, the Parsad is not going to come together in the end. Now while the butter and the ghee are melting on a medium heat, I'm going to go ahead and start my liquid mixture. So in a bowl, I'm going to be going in with some brown sugar. If you wanted to use granulated sugar for the recipe, feel free to do so. Right on top of the brown sugar, I'm going to be going in with boiling hot water. What this does is it helps that sugar start to melt very well, and the water actually allows the Parsad to become a little bit fluffier. We're using mostly milk and a little bit of water. So inside of this, I'm also going to be going in with some finely chopped maraschino cherries. These are optional. I'll be adding in some raisins later. Once you mix that water and sugar very well and the sugar starts to melt, we're going to go in with our evaporated milk. If you didn't want to use evaporated milk, feel free to use regular whole milk as well. Mix all of this together and set it aside. Once the ghee and the butter are fully melted and it starts to bubble up a little bit and you know it's hot, it's time to go in with a piece of a cinnamon stick, and then I'm going to start to stream in my all-purpose flour. As you're adding your flour in, you want to make sure you keep on stirring so this way you do not get a whole set of lumps in the Parsad. And always keep in mind whenever you're making Parsad or any of these sweets, especially for religious purposes, make sure you take your time and you put your effort into them. The reason being is because these are items that cannot be rushed. Usually when we're rushing, they do not come out properly. But if we take the time to make sure that they come out right, they will come out perfectly every time. So this is what the mixture is going to look like after adding in all of the flour. As you all can see, it's slightly lumpy and it's very heavy as you're stirring it, and it's very light in color. Now this is what my mixture looks like after about 8 minutes of parching. As you all can see, it starts to turn very liquidy, and that's because the flour has started to cook and it's getting lighter. And as you're stirring it, it's not as hard to stir anymore. I'm going to go ahead and continue cooking it longer though. And a couple of minutes into the cooking process, I want to go ahead and add in some elychee or cardamom. This is going to add an amazing flavor. Now this is what the mixture looks like after about 15 minutes of cooking. And again, I've been cooking this on a medium heat. Now if I was making a large batch of Parsad, my usual timing measurement is about 20 minutes to parch it properly. However, because I'm making such a small amount, it's going to take less time. So this only cooked for about 12 to 15 minutes. But as you all can see, it's deepened in color a little bit and it's gotten very light and liquidy. This is how you know it's cooked properly. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in with some raisins, and these are golden raisins that I've soaked. And when you soak them, you want to make sure you squeeze them very well and add them in. The reason why we soak the raisins is because we do not want them popping when you add it into this mixture. So I've now raised my heat to the highest heat possible, so this way when we add in the milk later, it will suck up into the flour. And we're waiting here until the raisins start to plump up very well. Once you see that the raisins swell up all the way and the heat is on the highest heat possible, it is time to go in with all of the milk mixture. Like I've mentioned previously on my channel, whenever we are making flour Parsad, you have to go in with all of the milk mixture at one time. If you add it in little by little, it does not tend to soak up properly. And make sure during this stage the heat is on the highest heat possible.
because if it's not on a high heat, it's not going to suck up all of the milk properly and you're going to end up with a very, very gloopy mess. So as you all can see, once you stir around for a little bit, you're going to end up with a beautiful, soft and fluffy parsad. And this right here is perfect for me. The reason why I say this is because usually when you're making this for a puja and you let this sit for about a couple of hours, it ends up hardening very, very well and it's not dry and choking you in the end. And by the end of the process, when it cools down, this is the beautiful parsad that you should be left with.
All right, everyone, I really hope you all enjoy this quick and easy parsad recipe. This one right here is a fan favorite in my family because of all of the flavors going on. And for me, I don't make my parsad too crumbly and too dry. You'll have to remember that when you're making parsad, especially for an event, it's gonna sit after it's done cooking, it's gonna cool down. And the more it cools down, the drier it gets and the stiffer it gets. So make sure when you're cooking it, it's okay if it's a little bit wet because it's going to continue to solidify as it sits. And once again, a big shout out goes to Kavita over at Lotus Bazaar for sponsoring this recipe today and this awesome outfit. If you're interested in buying any kind of Indian wear for yourself or your family, make sure you check her out. Her contact information will be right here and in the description box right below the video. Let her know that Matthew's Guyanese Cooking sent you. And if you enjoyed the video today, please don't forget to be giving it a nice big thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet and click the bell notification icon so you're always notified every time I post my newest videos. And of course, drop those comments down below. Let me know what you thought about this parsad recipe. Let me know your favorite method of making parsad or your favorite kind of parsad to eat. And I'll be seeing you all again very soon with a new recipe. Bye everyone.